Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm sharing the rhododendrons today, and I have a confession to make. I don't like rhododendrons. It's the honest truth. I never really wanted a rhododendron bush, and then I moved into this house and we have huge rhododendrons. I have to say though, that I have come to appreciate them. They do provide some interest for the garden. This particular type is probably the type of rhododendron that you see the most. I would say this is the common rhododendron. I'm sure it has a regular name. It's the most common in the size. These get really big. In fact, you've probably seen some that are like out of control big. And this is the usual color, and they're fine. But let me tell you the good things that I have learned about rhododendrons. One, they are evergreen. So it is kind of nice for privacy, for winter interest, that the green leaves stay on most of your all of your evergreen rhododendrons, but most of the types of rhododendrons keep their leaves through the winter. And I find it particularly interesting how in the winter their leaves curl up when it's really, really cold. It looks like they're shivering, and they honestly are staying warm, and they contract and curl up so that they don't lose water as quickly. So they're smart in that way. I like a smart plant. That's a good thing. And at this time of year, when they are in full bloom, it's hard not to like them. If they have this many blossoms on them, this is the moment when I go, yeah, that's pretty spectacular. And I do like that. So early in the year, you're getting your azaleas and your rhododendrons. Azaleas are actually a type of rhododendron. They're all in that same family. Now, my rhododendron did suffer over the winter. You can find that some rhododendron, you can see some spots on here, some leaves that have turned brown. It gets winter dieback if it gets too cold. So that can happen, but overall the flowers cover that up pretty well, and I like that. Now, you don't really want to prune these unless you do it directly after they flower. Then you can prune. But other than that, they bloom on last year's growth. So you have to be careful. They're going to set those buds right after these flowers are done. And you, just like a hydrangea, have to hope you don't get such cold weather that it kills the buds. Most of them do fine. Let me show you one that I didn't think was doing well, but is. Now, if I were to choose a rhododendron that has a really good use in this yard, it's this giant one, because behind it we have a big window, and I like how it gives us privacy from the road. So I was a little horrified when at the end of this winter, all of the sudden, all the leaves on this hydrangea curled up, turned brown, and fell off. Oh my gosh. So the arborist was here, and he said, well, we might have to do a rejuvenation prune. That's where like they prune it back to 3 to 4 feet, and they have it grow up again if it's really bad. But he said, give it time, see what happens. And believe it or not, this goes to show you rhododendrons, not only are they smart by curling up in winter, they are tough. It actually is blooming, and we have new growth coming out. So I'm very proud of this tree. It looks terrible at this moment. However, it's coming back, and I think it's going to be okay. It just goes to show you that right after winter, when you're looking at winter burn, and our conifers got hit pretty hard this last winter, you got to give them time before you decide whether it's really dead or not. So here's another rhododendron. This is a different variety of rhododendron, and I have to say I like it a little bit more. Don't tell the other ones. It's just that beautiful blush pink. But what I really like about it is that it gives it this structure to come over the fence. And when you're looking down the pathway from over there, which is your perspective, you see it hanging over the fence, and it does have a beautiful romantic feel. So if you can use rhododendron for privacy or for structure in your garden, I also think they're good for that. The last really big rhododendron that we have in our yard is in our backyard, and this one is past its prime right now, but when it blooms and is in its prime, it is spectacular. It has a little bit of pink, not much at all, turns to white, and it's such a great contrast to this beautiful weeping lace leaf Japanese maple. So both the texture, this is big, this is bold, this is the green with white, and then we have the red color and the delicate lace leaf. It's really nice to have them positioned by each other. Like I said, this is one of those types of rhododendron that gets really, really big, and because I don't want to prune off the flowers, I'm letting it get big. I just prune on the path side here when I need to. It's one of the first to bloom, just as the other ones are in their prime. This one came out first, and it is wonderful to see all those flowers when spring is just emerging. So I have to say, I really do love this one too. This happens to be a more delicate in nature rhododendron in that some years if we get too harsh of a winter, it doesn't bloom. So when I have a really good year like this, I feel like I'm really, really fortunate. So if you have some rhododendron in your house, remember them and appreciate them for all those good things that they do bring you. Even if they're not on the top of your list, they are a really good plant to have. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.